Well, everybody watching, this is Ku5ogrande, the Bad Video Game Tournament. Again, I just want to give a quick reminder, we have one more Ku5ogrande match, and then we have an exhibition between Xandra, Andy, Lizstar, and NPC doing a blind race of hay fever. So come enjoy that. Honestly, you won't have to go anywhere, just sort of chill after the main Ku5ogrande matches. But before we do that, let's go ahead and do a quick reveal of our final GM of the day, because we have... Uh-oh. Oh, I know this one. It's Jeff. Jeff? I'm a little bit scared. Where are you, Jeff? Yeah, for those who don't know, the GMs are chosen and generally go and look through games that they really enjoy to one degree or another, and this game I feel is actually what people would expect from Jeff. Hello there, Jeff.
Hey, Percentia.
Okay, let me turn you up
How's
a little bit. Talk again.
Hey, how's my audio now?
Oh, that's perfect. Absolutely perfect. So, Jeff, you've got a little bit of a reputation. You know, I tend to go with games that we've had before in tournaments because I like sticking with the classics. That's usually how I roll, though not always. You've got a reputation for going and finding some kind of obscure games, slightly obscure, that people haven't heard of. And I think you did that with this one. Or wait.
I don't think it's too obscure. There's a YouTube video with 60 views. I mean, it's all in Chinese. I know. I mean, I don't know if the guy's watched it 60 times himself, but like, there's a YouTube video, man.
Okay, that means
Big stuff.
that means that it's not super obscure. Okay, well, go ahead and let me reveal what this super boring everybody knows game is. Dunk Kong.
It's Donkey Kong Country. Y'all know that, right? Except it's for DOS.
Okay.
And it's made in Taiwan and was marketed in China and Korea. And then the gorilla is a basketball player from a manga called Slam Dunk, who looks like Dennis Rodman.
Okay.
And then...
Is it actually a monkey in the comic?
What's that?
Is it a monkey in the comic?
No, it is a human in the comic. But there's apparently one issue or one time where there's a reference to that character as being King Kong Jr. or something like that. So that potentially where they got it from. He's a big guy, so.
Okay, I gotcha. Well, everybody, if you didn't know Dennis Rodman had video games, now you know. We're going to be having a lot of fun with this, I suppose. I'm not sure the players will have a lot of fun with it, but that's okay. We're here for us and for our enjoyment, not their enjoyment. They're here to cry. And you know what? Crying they will do, because this game is, as far as I can tell, just in Chinese. Were there other releases of this game?
No, this is a DOS exclusive.
Ooh. Yeah, eat your hearts out, PlayStation people. You didn't get this classic. Oh, by the way, who is doing audio? Do you happen to know? Let me see. Ah, you got it. No, I don't know.
We have, I think, Lady T-Rex? Lady Rex?
Okay. Lady One Rex.
Lady One Rex.
Might be T-Rex. A little bit difficult to say. Okay, well, let me go ahead and get that set up. We are very close to getting the match rolling. Everybody, hold on to your butts, because you'll only need the edge.
So this game has a a cute little intro. So before we actually have the players start playing, once we get their streams up, I'd like to show everybody that.
Yeah.
Because you need to know the lore.
Oh, don't worry. I'll get that. I'm working on it, Jeff. Working on it.
If they don't know the lore, then they're not going to understand why Dennis Rodman is a gorilla in a construction site.
Yeah, actually, I feel like I need to understand the lore in order to get that. Like, not gonna lie, that doesn't
I'm not
sound
saying
like...
you'll get it after you hear the lore. I'm just saying if you don't hear the lore, you won't get it.
I'm not sure that's more hopeful. Okay, I hear audio. Gonna be switching over right now to this beautiful game that we've got. Just want everybody to know this is what we've got. I will recapture if needed. Simply put, when you get Chinese DOS games, you never really know what's gonna happen. Okay, if you want to let Lady T-Rex know to restart the game so that we can get the lore, that would be fantastic. This looks better than you were expecting. I'm not sure what you were expecting, but okay.
Alright, I just let her know.
Sweet.
Aha, there we go. So we can see it on everybody's screen now. I think it might, I don't know, maybe it looks a little better. It plays a lot worse, and it's much harder.
Yeah, this is not explaining anything for me, I'm gonna be honest.
Well, so we can see Dennis Rodman is in a forest, and for some reason, somebody in a helicopter kidnaps him, and then the helicopter crashes in a city, and then that's it.
Oh, okay. Well, that...
I'm not entirely sure how the bottom of the cage got underneath Dennis Rodman, but that happened somehow.
Cool. What a video game. Let me go ahead. I will be fixing things throughout, so don't worry too much if things look wrong.
Things are going to look wrong even when it's fixed.
Okay, it looks like everybody is streaming. They're live. They're ready to rock with this game. Wow.
Looks like Residual's screen might be a little bit cut off.
I'm working on getting everything set. I'm not 100% sure. It might be cut off a little bit. We'll find out.
All right. I'm ready when you are.
Okay.
I guess we're ready when the players are.
Yeah, they are ready. Everybody get all your basketball and Donkey Kong Country emotes. Anything related to those, spam away because it is time for us to begin the match. As soon as I see movement in the first stage, I will start our timer. / work on getting everything recaptured because I'm definitely going to have to. Okay, 1-1. Let's go. It looks like Jumi, sorry. Jumi at the bottom right. Getting
So
a solid
he would like
beginning
it
start.
to be pronounced Yumi.
Oh, Yumi. That's right. It's definitely Yumi.
Yes.
Whoa.
Okay, so there's a lot of things happening here, and I will go through them one at a time. The top left, you see basketball and then points counter. The points mean nothing. They're kind of like the points in Whose Line Is It Anyway, or the P in receipt. They don't count for anything.
Okay.
Then the HUD disappears after they start, but one of the collectibles is keys, these little golden keys. They're everywhere. And those you use to buy power-ups. So you'll see periodically in the game a little red item with a keyhole on it, and then it'll have a number, and that number will tell you how many keys you need to unlock it. You don't have to get some of them, but some of them are required. For example, you'll need invincibility to get through certain portions.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's also occasionally you'll see baby bottles, but they're golden. I don't really understand the idea of that, but if you get 15 of them, you get a new life. So maybe it's like a baby is new life. But I don't really know what's in the bottles, and I wouldn't recommend drinking them.
Okay. That's cool.
And then the other thing you see is a golden, I don't know, it looks like a golden nugget to me, but it's the number of lives you have left. This game is one-hit kill, so no health bar.
Oh, no.
I mean, because why would it have a health bar, right?
Jeff,
Why would
games have health bars sometimes. Okay?
No.
That's actually a
No,
thing that
no,
some
not
video
good
games
games.
do. Not good games.
Not good. So when you die, though, you continue, and they're unlimited continues. So that's a nice thing. But you do lose all of your collected keys and baby baubles when you die. The levels have passwords, which are they're not really words; they're short string of numbers. But the players have all been told to write those down. So in case the game soft locks, and these kinds of things soft lock sometimes, you can go back to right where you started from.
By the way, Residual Deviants at the bottom left is aware that they are currently in PowerPoint mode. So hopefully they can get it working better. If not, that's okay. We can still keep general progress. It'll just be less fun to watch that corner.
Or maybe more fun. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm looking at these 3D models, and I'm impressed. So,
When you see them as basically screenshots, you can really examine quite a lot about it. Like the background is actually the city of Seattle skyline. At some point, you should be able to see the Space Needle there. But it's definitely in the intro scene, in case anybody noticed that. So this is a construction site, and as is typical in construction sites, there are basketball hoops hanging around, and when you destroy them, you get points. And the way you destroy things in this game, the controls are a little funky, to say the least. So there are two buttons you use. The first one is a jump button, and the second one is a spin around in circles button. Because those are the two you need in the game. So when you hit the jump button once, you jump, and if you hit it again while you're in the air, you do a slam dunk.
Okay, gotcha.
Hit the jump button first, and then the run around in circles button, then your basketball turns into fire and you throw it. If you just hit the run around in circles button, then you run around in circles, but you can actually run while you're spinning around, and that's an attack. But when you're done with it, you get dizzy, and so there are ducks over your head, indicating, I guess, dizzy, and then you're completely vulnerable to any enemies that come by.
Wait, when you're dizzy, you're invincible?
Vulnerable.
Oh, you are vulnerable.
We're
Okay.
vulnerable for quite a while. And so, there's sometimes you're just going to need to do it. But the problem is, until you learn the levels pretty well, you don't really know when an enemy is going to come from off screen and hit you. The camera is so zoomed up that they'll just sneak up on you without much notice. I mean, it's kind of like playing a portable game in some respects, given how close the camera is.
Yeah. Just to give you a heads up, you are getting a little puff with your P's in the microphone. Not sure there's much you can do about that, but...
Okay, how are my P's now?
Well, say some P's.
I just said some P's.
I think a little bit better.
I said my P's.
Yeah, that's much better. Beautiful.
Well, I was kind of deliberately emphasizing the P's for dramatic effect, but I'll stop doing that because we don't need any more drama here.
No more drama. Yeah, you're a little puffy, but it's not too bad. We'll go ahead and keep going with that.
I can change my mic gain in just a
second. Well, everybody, we are 6 minutes into the match. Jeff, choosing this beautiful Donkey Kong Country game.
How are we doing now?
Talk a little bit more.
How are we doing now with the audio?
You're a little bit quiet. Let's see. Cleric getting electrocuted. Oh, Jim getting alligatored.
Alright, well, you're just gonna have to deal with the puffing, so I go to full speed again. Sorry.
Yep. No, that's fine. We're good right now. Okay. Yeah, don't get alligatored, everybody. Watch out, because that is pretty terrifying.
I'm tempted to say they're crocodiles, and I think that they're crocs from a particular Donkey Kong game. Maybe somebody knows that.
Yeah, I have
for some
no
reason,
idea.
I seem to recall them being called crocs, or something like that.
It's been a little while for me. Actually, Jeff.
Cromlings. Oh, okay.
Yeah, cromlings.
Okay, I was thinking croc, but it's crom.
Like from Emperor's New Groove.
I assume so.
I love Kronk. He's the best. He's just the best, okay? Purest soul.
Yeah, absolutely.
By the way, you brought up something about another game that this borrows some elements from, besides Donkey Kong Country.
Yeah, funny you should mention that, because the mechanics are from Michael Jordan Chaos in the Windy City for the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, we've had that on Ku5ogrande before. I'm not the biggest fan, personally, of that game. I actually... the aesthetics I like more than the Michael Jordan game. Like, a lot more.
Yeah, well, they when you are doing a bootleg, you have the freedom to pick any IP you want. So you don't have to stick with Michael Jordan Space Jam or whatever it was.
Let's see. So I'm trying to think. Because this is a Donkey Kong Country game, I suppose. Like, what is your favorite Donkey Kong game? Do you have one?
Donkey Kong?
Which Donkey Kong?
The one that's called Donkey Kong. With the barrels. With the barrels, they
all have barrels.
The one with Mario. And
okay. So you're talking about the boring one, the boring arcade Donkey Kong.
The the not boring, awesome one.
I was gonna say, Jeff likes boring things. Wow, Jeff.
They had a really cool thing at AGDQ that was like a Donkey Kong arcade machine, but it was reskinned, and it was for I forget who it was promoting, but one of the companies that was a sponsor there. Oh, I want to say it was the Yeti.
Ooh,
I think it was like a Yeti instead of Donkey Kong.
I actually really enjoy sitting down and playing Donkey Kong every once in a while. But yeah, if the Yeti did something like that just with a sprite swap, that's pretty fun.
Oh, you know, it's another good Donkey Kong game, Donkey Kong Junior Math.
Okay, I haven't touched that, but I assume Xandra made that.
No, it is an actual game, and people I've seen at least one speed run of it. It's a bit RNG. There's a bit of RNG going on with it, but it's a fun speed run to watch. I mean,
oh my
this
gosh!
is
Sorry,
my
I'm
idea
dying.
of fun is a little off, but sure.
That's okay. I mean, welcome to Ku5ogrande. We're playing a Chinese bootleg of Donkey Kong Country, made for the DOS. Although Yumi and Cleric are and Cleric are essentially on the same level, Yumi has double the points that Cleric has.
Yeah, the points don't mean anything though.
Why does the basketball symbol sometimes get big?
When you're getting points? When it's adding to your point counter.
Oh, well, I wasn't talking about those points. I was talking about the points at the bottom right when you choose the stage.
Oh, those are not points. That's the password.
What? Okay.
I mean, password is not really accurate. It's a pass number. Passphrase, maybe?
A pass number. There we go.
A pass number.
Yeah. Like, nobody ever calls it a pass number, but that's what it is. Pass key.
1-2 is a tough level, so people are going to be here for a while as you get used to the mechanics of the game. And also, the levels are a bit of a maze. You don't know exactly where you're going, and you don't know right from the start which power-ups you're going to need and which ones are in which particular red, I don't know what you call them, red boxes, the red floaty things with a lock, with a keyhole on them.
I'm actually really surprised we're 13 minutes in and we're still on 1-2 for pretty much all the players. Like,
we'll be
this
here for
is
a while.
hard.
It's a very hard game. I don't think anybody's going to get past 2-1. So it goes up to 1-6, there's a boss, and then you get to 2-1.
Oh, that's foreboding. That's a little bit scary.
Well, yeah, I mean, it only goes up to 3-6.
Oh, really?
So that's a third of the way through the game. I mean, when it's this hard, you don't really need to have that many levels. I mean, that was the logic back then, right?
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
You can have 100 hours of content with 3 levels.
You know, I'm watching this, by the way, and I'm really glad that they took the time to animate the main character this well. Like, he's doing great. Like, he does the peace symbol. Yumi is on to 1-3.
Very, very good.
Oh, yeah. He's definitely doing a good job here.
So some of the things you can do in this game, let me talk about some of the power-ups. There is a shoe with wings on it, which makes you go faster. And that generally makes it... What's that?
Should have done Nike shoes, you know?
Oh, I mean, they don't want to infringe on Nike's IP.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I'm glad that they are very kind and absolutely not ripping anything off.
Yeah, exactly. So you get a shoe, and that makes you move faster, which is Not a great thing because the game controls worse, if that's even possible when you're moving fast. It's really harder to do the precision platforming. But there are a couple of places where you need to be able to move fast so you can jump over a series of obstacles that you couldn't otherwise get over. So I think you can just see Yumi just much more easily jumped over one of the electrical generators by having the sneaker. There's also a clock that stops all the enemies on screen. Unfortunately, it'll stop them in midair if they're jumping, which can make it very difficult to get past that area.
Oh yeah, how long does it take for the clock to run down?
It runs something like 15 or 20 seconds, something like that. And then there's also invulnerability or invincibility, which is great because you need that to get through certain areas. And it actually lasts, again, for maybe about 15 seconds or so. It's pretty good, but it doesn't make you invincible to everything. Only essentially enemies and I think maybe the wrecking balls as well. But the electrical generators will still kill you. So you still need to do your precision platforming.
Oh yeah.
And then there is, I don't know exactly what it is, but it's a red thing that looks kind of like a hat. And when you get that, it causes fiery basketballs to happen all over the screen, which destroy all the enemies on the screen. Not terribly useful because there's generally only one or two enemies on
the
a screen at a time.
Not exactly big.
Right?
Maybe it's like curry? Like spicy curry? I played too much Smash Bros, you know?
Maybe curry causes fiery basketballs to come down from the sky.
Does for me. Yeah, don't go to like any sort of Asian restaurant with me, you know? If I order the curry, just stand clear. Run away.
So noted.
You know what? People are pointing out that every stage looks the same, and this really follows the trend of Michael Jordan, Chaos in the Windy City, except that I'd say that these stages actually are more unique.
They get more I mean, so this is the construction stage, so they're pretty similar. As you get into the next one is City, and there's an underwater, like a sunken ship, and then there's a jungle. And so those each have their own unique looks, but yeah, I'd say within the particular world areas, they're fairly similar.
Yeah. By the way, chat is pointing out that Lady T-Rex is on stage 1-4. I believe she is in the lead. It's a little bit difficult to say for sure, though, and honestly, you know, as the next 10, 20 minutes go, we'll probably see more of a divide between the players. Residual Deviants, though, on the bottom left, moving to 1-3 and enjoying all of those bits being eaten.
I am really impressed with how everybody's doing. I played this for about an hour and I couldn't get past 1-2.
Wait,
so,
really?
I mean, I suck at video games, but yeah.
You're good at Bible Buffet?
Of course I'm good at Bible Buffet.
You're not even Christian, man.
But I'm awesome at RNG.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So yeah, so I'm that's how I win at Bible Buffet. But
randomness, okay. Yeah. To be fair, it didn't have much to do with the Bible.
Yeah, I don't even remember having to answer. I think you only have to answer questions when you die or when you want to power up or something like that. You
do answer questions, but we didn't have the questions.
Oh yeah, that's right. You just skip over them.
They actually don't affect gameplay at all.
Right.
So that's how you were good at it. It required absolutely no knowledge of anything.
Yes. You don't know how to play. You don't need to know how to play video games. You don't need any knowledge. You just need luck.
That's my favorite video game, luck.
Yeah. RNG the game. All right, so let me talk about a little bit of the background of this game and the manga that I mentioned. The manga is called Slam Dunk, and it's an extremely popular one. It was particularly popular in the 90s when this came out.
Really?
And it, I'm never good with pronouncing these names.
Okay.
But Hanamichi Sakuragi is the main character, who's a basketball player, and has the jersey number 10 and red hair.
Okay.
And which apparently was inspired by Dennis Rodman.
From what I'm seeing, he was a delinquent and a leader of a gang, and was unpopular with girls, so like the opposite of every film in the USA.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
But it's maybe more relatable for some people. I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah, like, we all know Grease was very inaccurate to life, you know? Sandra Dee, come on! You could have gotten any guy. Had to go with the grease back hair dude and the guy who sings Grease Lightning. Like, that was a good song, okay? But seriously, Sandy, so disappointed in you.
I mean, I'd pick John Travolta.
Oh yeah, that's who it was. No, I would go with John Travolta. Come on.
I mean, not John Travolta now, but 70s John Travolta.
Okay, 70s John Travolta. Yeah, I think everybody would. You know, we can go ahead and say 70s John Travolta was a different person. It was beautiful.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So the pun obviously is on Donkey Kong. They called the game Dunk Kong, and then they right.
Oh really? I had no idea.
I think
There's
it's kind of clever. But then since the manga is Slam Dunk, they made it Slam Dunk Kong. And but for whatever reason, I guess this didn't work out in Chinese so well. So they called it King Kong 10 instead. Wan Lan Yin Yang.
Mm.
And that's how it's listed on Twitch. So you see in the category for the stream, we actually have that. Some wonderful person apparently found this game and did a playthrough of it, and somehow convinced I don't know, Giant Bomb or whoever runs the thing to add it to their database.
They're like, this game remotely existed. Put it in your database. Like, how much work does it take to get a game into the database there?
I can tell you, I've done that before. I got where in heck is Carmen Santiago into the database.
Yeah.
And what that involved, you actually, when I first submitted it, they didn't believe me that it was a real thing. And so I had to resubmit with references. And so I showed them, like, there is an actual review of the game in a magazine. It's on Internet Archive. It's mentioned in Wikipedia. So, like, they believed me that it was a real thing at that point. And I made a playthrough video and all that. So, I mean, you could put a lot of work into proving it. But, I mean, this kind of actually looks like a video game. So, I don't think there's as much convincing necessary.
Probably not, no. Well, for this game, like other games, I imagine might take a little bit of work. Like, almost anything that you've made people play in the past. Like, this is a real game. It actually was made.
Yeah.
I didn't just Photoshop a game together. I don't know how that would work, but I didn't just do Photoshop. By the way, I'm seeing Lady T-Rex at the top left, 594 points. That's a lot of points for a basketball game, you know?
Yeah, I mean, but it's a little easier to score points when there's no opposing team.
Well, I'm seeing slam dunks that aren't giving any points.
Well, you need to actually slam dunk into a hoop to get points. You can't just get points for slam dunking wherever.
Well, no, I've seen people doing that, and they don't get points.
Yeah,
Apparently, if you murder enemies, you get points. Is that the new basketball standard? Kill an alligator, you get a point. Freaking Florida basketball here.
Sure.
Okay, everybody, if you want to play basketball, just don't go to Florida. It's very different.
I think you can say that about anything in Florida.
Yeah, what are you going to do with all the keys?
Go on a shopping spree.
How are you going to use the keys as currency? I guess I have a few questions for you, you know?
You put them into the locks.
It looks like we have some of the streams stuttering a little bit. Let me go ahead and do a quick refresh, bring them back online, get them caught up to the present if needed. If for some reason stuttering continues, we'll go ahead and let the players know. No, keys are not kisses. That's not what they are. As far as I'm aware.
Yeah, no, I don't think those are the same thing.
A kiss is not a contract, but it's really nice. Yeah, it's really nice. Oh. Just FYI.
So this
I dropped a burrito! I'm
the
sorry.
developer is a company called Third Wave, which I don't know a whole lot about, but it was a Taiwanese company, and then they released this game in mainland China and also Korea. And it took me a lot of work to find the version of this that had music in the game, because this is not just, you know, your garden variety game that you can find on a Russian website that specializes in Taiwanese bootleg games. Like, you can't just go to one of those random sites. I spent quite a lot of time yesterday evening finding the Chinese version of the original CD audio soundtrack. And so
my gosh.
I do this because I love you all.
Well, thank you so much. I'm glad that you peruse all the Russian websites to find the happeningest video games out there.
No, see, well, that's how I found the game. That's not how I found the music, though. That took a lot of digging through.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you gotta Google. Is there some terrible music that goes along with this Taiwanese basketball playing gorilla game from a manga? And then you can find it.
Hey, Lady Rex is moving on to the next stage, 1-5. I believe that puts her pretty solidly in the lead at this point.
Yeah, and we're gonna potentially see a boss soon. The boss is pretty tricky. You gotta learn its patterns pretty well.
Gotcha.
And honestly, I think that using passwords, I was able to go to subsequent levels. I think the levels actually get a little bit easier.
I've got a question for you, Jeff.
Yeah.
How many construction sites have you been to that had pickaxes?
I mean, I don't really.
None.
I don't really inspect the construction sites I go to because they're usually surrounded by fencing and barbed wire. But yeah, the construction sites I see surrounding dwarves who are mining seem to have a lot of those.
But that's dwarves. You don't take a pickaxe when you're building up. That's only when you're digging down.
Well, maybe they're digging down. You don't know.
I'm pretty
I mean,
sure these
look,
robots are not digging
they
down.
have wrecking balls, so clearly they're destroying things.
Also, why would you have a wrecking ball at a construction site? That's the opposite of what you need.
Because it's a destruction site.
Oh my gosh. Okay, never mind. Everything makes sense.
So, I wrote a little poem for you all. You ready?
Yeah.
There's a riddle. You have to get the riddle. It's a game I chose precisely to induce anger. The major disaster, obviously. Anybody objecting has no say. So, hidden in what I just said, if you count how many letters each word is, you'll see its is 3, A is 1, game is 4, etc. Happy Pi Day.
It is Pi Day. Everybody grab a pie and throw it at Jeff.
No, that would be irrational.
Oh, you're irrational. Blah, blah, blah. Wow. You're just trying to circumvent that punishment. I can see it.
Yeah, so that's a thing. But yeah, happy Pi Day. It is a good day to recognize important achievements in mathematics that allow things like this game to exist. It is also
Wait, is this because of pi?
Yeah, I'm sure that somewhere in the code is 3.
I'm relatively sure you don't have to have knowledge of pi in order to make most of this video game.
I mean, there's probably a 3, a 1, and a 4 somewhere in the code.
I mean,
Maybe
pi
even in
is
that order.
essential to round things, but guess what? Round things existed before people even knew what pi.
Well, I'm not saying that that you need to know what it is. I'm just saying it is part of the technology. Like, we wouldn't have basketballs without circles.
Wow, that's
How would you
deep,
know how to
Jeff.
make something?
We wouldn't have basketballs without circles. Well, we wouldn't have you without squares. I'm so
Oh,
sorry.
no.
That was mean.
That was mean. Are you calling me a nerd?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you're right, but
Oh, I'm a nerd as well. Yeah, Okay, I deeply apologize, Jeff.
no need to apologize. There's nothing offensive about being called a nerd.
Wow. I can't even be offensive. I find that more offensive than you found my insult offensive.
I'm sorry. You're just inoffensive.
Wow. We are 33 minutes into the match, by the way, and I don't know. Like, Lady T-Rex is definitely, or Lady Rex is definitely in the lead. As for everybody else, they're somewhere. I think Residual Deviance is in 4th, but I'm not completely sure. The sound effects make this game a game. I would say that that's probably the most well done, or at least done part of this game.
The sound effects definitely exist. They're a thing, and they actually sound a lot better when you have the music going. The version without the music, the sound effects just seem so weird because it's silent all the time, except when you crash something. Yeah, these players are all doing extremely, extremely well. I am constantly impressed by the competitors we have in Ku5. In Ku5ogrande. I mean, maybe they're in Ku5 as well. I don't know.
Yumi, moving on to the next stage. Come on, Yumi. 1-6, this is a boss, if I'm not mistaken. And that is Yumi in the lead. Uh-oh. Oh, no! The falling thing.
Yeah, it's a rough boss because the, what do you call it? The framework, when it falls down, will hit you. You never really know when that's going to happen.
Like the steel beams?
Yeah, the steel beams.
Yeah.
I'm forgetting the name of it, but
They're steel beams. Beams of steel.
well, yeah, but there's another word for it. That means like the framework of it.
The beams.
Yeah, the girders.
Girders. Oh, yeah, that's a good word. Girders. Oh my gosh, I just remembered. Since you were doing poetry and we're talking about girders, I remember finding a poem written in the 1800s, and he managed to rhyme the word buttresses. And it was kind of the most magical poem I have ever read.
With a one word or two words?
For that one, only one word. It didn't really rhyme that well, but he got close.
Huh.
Yumi fighting the boss. It looks like a steamroller of some sorts. Oh, watch out! Also, why would you need a steamroller high up on a construction site? I don't get it.
In case Dennis Rodman comes up.
Oh, but this music! Everybody rock out. Get all of the good emotes out there for this music.
So the strat for this boss is to do the thing where you shoot the fiery basketballs.
What is this?
And just be patient. You can do one or two at a time. You can go up on the chains and sort of wait there.
Mm-hmm.
And just hope that the RNG from the falling girders doesn't get you. If you go up too high, that becomes a problem.
Oh, you know what?
What's that?
This music is so good. Everybody, rock out. Go ahead, put on your sunglasses.
I don't recognize this music from anything else. I'm inclined to think maybe it's original?
Quote unquote.
That, like, would be real weird because they stole everything else.
Oh, watch out! Oh. I feel like this boss is going to take a little while.
So, question from chat: does the game let you go back to previous stages? You have passwords, so you can go to any stage you want.
Yeah, it's dumb.
Once you got there.
Like, there's really no point in going to a previous stage, is there?
No.
I mean, besides, obviously, playing for your enjoyment.
I suppose if you wanted, you could go back to a previous stage to get a power-up.
I'm a little bit confused, like...
I don't know why you'd do that.
I'm just watching this fight, and I'm not sure... Oh, the steamroller explodes things above it.
Yeah.
Well, that makes perfect sense, you know?
The steamroller looks more like something you face in a Mega Man game, though.
I was gonna say, yeah, it definitely looks like Mega Man. There has to be a safe spot where you can just stand and not take damage.
It's possible, but, Lady T-Rex or Lady Rex seems to have the strap down now.
Lady Rex, yeah, I think she's gonna be able to get through it. Which means... Oh, well, never mind.
The boss actually has, it tells you how... Oh, but it shows you how much damage is left.
Oh, yeah, top right.
I was confused when I first saw this because I was expecting the boxes to go empty, but they just disappear.
Uh-huh. Yeah, these girders, or the possibly falling buttresses here, are definitely rude. Like, how do you even...
never told us what rhymes with buttresses.
In that specific poem, he rhymes it with confesses.
That doesn't... Alright.
He's British, I don't know.
Oh.
Like, Maybe they say it different there.
And that impressed you?
I mean, at the very least, it's a slant rhyme, and that's pretty impressive. They really didn't do that until Emily Dickinson showed up. So, you know, he's a little bit late, but, you know, still did it. It's beautiful.
Okay.
So yeah, everybody, highly recommended. Go read about the Tay Bridge disaster, and it's good stuff. Oh, Jeff, we are 40 minutes into this.
I know, this is so great.
Oh my gosh. I'm
still as hyped for this game as when we started.
I want to hear the music from World 2, because all of the music has been pretty fantastic so far. I mean, blatantly stolen, but fantastic.
Yeah, the World 2 music is good, and you're in a city, so it's a little upbeat.
When the lights go down in the city.
The nice thing about it having infinite continues is, you know, when you're on the boss, you can just keep replaying it until you get it.
Oh, yeah. Whoa! Oh, no! Lady Rex. Yeah, honestly, I'm actually surprised they didn't work in a life system or a save system like Donkey Kong Country. Simply put, a lot of bootlegs, when they are bootlegs, they try to rip off every single system that's in the original game. And
that's the weird thing about this is, I mean, it's a bootleg not just of a game, it's sort of multiple games.
Yeah. Right? But also Michael Jordan has a continue system that has limited continues, so, like...
They were being original. It's like a mashup, and they're doing their own thing.
A mashup? Ooh, yeah. All y'all, you want to do video game mashups? You know, that sounds like... I'm just trying to think what that sounds like.
Sounds like awesome.
Is that going to, like, be a valid argument in the courtroom? It was just a mashup. It's fine.
I mean, it's a valid argument in court if you're in a basketball court.
Oh, okay. Yo, mashup. I hope that you're not playing this, like, on the big screens in a basketball court. Everybody would be dumbfounded. They're like, what is happening?
Maybe now, but in the 90s...
I was going to say, now especially, you know, what with empty stadiums due to the coronavirus, just imagine they're playing basketball and then this is up above them.
All right, we got to remember in the 90s, people went to the theaters to see Space Jam, and they thought it was good.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. To somebody looking at it now, they might not get the masterpiece that it is. Just like with this game, if you weren't around to see this in the 90s, then you know you might not appreciate it.
I suppose. By the way, I'm thinking with this game, this music sounds uncomfortably like the Little Nicky theme song for the Game Boy Color game.
Oh.
It's I very much dislike this now that I've associated it with Adam Sandler. Wait, Lady Rex actually ran out of lives? That's doable?
You can run out of lives.
I didn't know there were lives.
Yeah, those are way back at the beginning, I mentioned that on the HUD disappears, but the things that look like little golden nuggets are the number of lives you have. But I mean, it's not a problem because you have a password. And I made very clear to everybody that they needed to write down the passwords in case...
Oh, yeah. Actually, they might be potatoes?
Oh. Sure, golden potatoes.
Golden potato. Well, there are golden potatoes, okay?
Yeah, that's true. I don't know exactly what they're supposed to be. But then again, I mean, they use golden baby bottles, so...
Like, for some reason, that annoys me a lot more than pretty much everything else in this game. Why bottles? Why? I understand
look
nothing.
At that. Look at that, Lady Rex. The boss. We're gonna see World 2.
Oh, heck yeah. Lady Rex, congratulations. Let's see if we get different music, please. No Little Nicky music.
All right, now we're in the city.
Okay, this is definitely different music.
The cute little bats in the city, and then payphones, which were a thing in the 90s.
And the axe murderers, okay. Yeah, this definitely is bringing back memories. Going to the city, you know?
And those neon signs kill you also.
Bringing back the memories.
The sewers are cool, though. You can just run around in the sewer.
I thought you said zooers for a second. I was like, the zooers.
The sewers.
You know what? Of course there's a sewer level. Of course there's a stupid sewer level. Why wouldn't there be?
I mean, you got your sewer level, and then the next world is underwater, so you got the water physics. But there's no ice world, which kind of surprised me.
Seriously, the 90s cliches. Yeah, if there's no ice world, that's actually pretty surprising.
This game was really innovative. They made it fun without ice worlds.
Oh, such innovation, not using ice. I don't know what that sound was, but that was a good sound.
I think the enemies are so adorable in the second world.
You know, let me just tell you, one thing that I'm really impressed with is the consistency of not accurately flipping the sprite. That is, half the time you see 10 on the back, half the time you see 1.
Yes.
It's so good.
Oh my gosh. Lady Rex on a tear. Wait, you know what? Maybe they're golden boxing gloves.
Golden boxing gloves? They might be. I mean, I'm not sure exactly how that relates to the game or Dennis Rodman or anything. Did he box?
How many? What's that?
Did Dennis Rodman box at all?
I don't know. But it could be like how many chances you have to fight.
That would be a very literal interpretation.
I mean, I think the baby bottles are like you get a new life and you collect a bunch of them, so it's supposed to be literal.
You're gaining your youth back?
I'm pretty sure. Baby.
You're getting a baby. I don't want to... Look, okay, if anybody dumps off 100 milk bottles at my house, I'm going to go ahead and give their name to the police and tell them never to come back here again.
Oh, and see, there was the neon sign of death.
Oh, not the neon signs.
Neon signs of death. I love that there are these basketball hoops, and the backboard has your face on it, and you just go ahead and destroy them. Everybody's doing so great, and we've seen a little bit of a spread in how far everybody gets. I was a little worried that since some of these levels are difficult, everybody would just get walled at the same place.
Why do the signs kill you? It's so dumb.
Because, I don't know, have you ever fallen on top of a neon sign?
Like 5 times, I only got cut a little bit.
Okay.
I mean, okay, I never have. I'll be honest, I've never fallen on a neon sign. Are you happy? Happy
Yeah.
I'm not telling lies?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, hey, Yumi is going to be moving on to World 2 as well. Very nice job to Yumi. Yeah, bounce that ball a little bit, or just whatever you're doing there. Yeah.
Isn't it amazing that the player character dribbles this basketball the whole time?
You know, that takes a lot of work.
Even when he's not even touching it, it just stands. It just sits there right next to him.
I mean, it's a very obedient basketball, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, they recommend that you spend at least 20 minutes walking your basketball every day.
Ah, isn't that a penalty?
I mean, if you're doing it in a game, but it's good practice. Good practice.
So you practice for the game by committing penalties.
I mean, how else are you going to know what not to do besides doing it a lot?
That pretty much sums up my life.
That pretty much sums up church basketball here in Utah. Yeah. I'm not religious
is it time
now.
for a Utah story?
Well, what? I mean, there's the time that somebody, like, kicked me in the crotch during basketball. Yeah, like, I've heard of broken bones here. It's just how Utah is, okay? If you ever get invited to a basketball game in Utah, ask where it is, and if they say a church, don't go.
Wow.
Don't
Sounds
go.
like
You're
the
going to
hockey
get
team's
kicked in
playing
the crotch.
What?
Seriously, it's like the most... Like, there are movies made about Utah church basketball, okay? Like, you think Mormons are nice, do not get them on the basketball court, okay? They will destroy you. And not, like, score a lot of... Well, they might score a lot of points, but more or less, you might be going, like, to the ER.
Wow.
Yeah. You know what? They take you to the afterlife. That's what they do.
Ah, I see. Well, that's interesting Utah fact number 113.
Oh, yeah. No, seriously, if anybody Googles Mormon church ball, you're going to see some stories. Oh, wait, the top left is the shot clock?
Well, it's not really a clock. I mean, maybe it looks kind of like a clock, but it's just a score that you get, and it doesn't go down.
I'm making monkey noises now.
That's always a good thing to do. I mean, it's better than dead air.
Oh, yeah.
So there's, in the background on the city level hotel. I don't know exactly what it is, if it's a famous hotel or something, but its name is pretty clearly there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. I really hope the Cleric and Residual Deviants manage to make their way to the boss. Like, these levels are pretty cruel, though, not gonna lie.
Yeah, I had some reservations giving this out for first round, because in the past I've given out things that are a little easier and more accessible for first round. And
There we go. Cleric trying to take on the boss. This is great.
but I didn't have anything easy in queue, so they got this. pretty much just all downhill from here.
Oh, baby. Okay, sorry, I'm just holding tight. We've got 5 minutes left. 5 minutes left of this game. I'm gonna be honest, Jeff. I don't want to play this game. And let me tell you why. Because the levels inside each world, I don't know. The first world being a construction area, it just feels so drab to me. Like, it might be more enjoyable once I start playing it, just so I can feel how the controls are so dumb. Or I can feel how jank it is. But World 2 actually has a little bit of flavor to it, I'm gonna be honest, but also just the screen feels so zoomed in. I feel like a lot of the deaths are just unfair in this.
Yeah, that is a good critique of the game. I don't understand why those are reasons that make you not want to play the game. They sound like a strong recommendation to play it.
Wahoo.
But either way, you know, you don't. I don't think anybody would really willingly play this, so that's why we have this tournament.
I mean,
people might pick this up and be like, "Whoa, look at the novelty! This is kind of cool," and put it down after 5 minutes. But
like, here's the thing: you can actually move really fast in this game.
Yeah.
I'm seeing Lady Rex do right now, and that could potentially make it fun when you're trying to go fast through the game. But I would say that a speedrun would probably be more enjoyable than the game itself.
I think that's fair. As far as I could tell, the enemies are on some kind of global timer. And so it would be pretty predictable if you wanted to do a speed run, and you would know exactly which power-ups you needed, so you'd know a way to route it to just get only the keys you need.
Oh yeah. Dang it. Now that actually sounds fun. Why are you making this sound fun?
I wasn't trying to.
I might have no. I want to play some of the other games we had today first, like werewolf. I want to be a werewolf. I don't want to be a monkey. A basketball monkey.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody watching this wants to pick it up for a speed run.
Yeah, I mean, somebody possibly could. Somebody might have really bad opinions and want to play this.
There is one playthrough I found, and somebody finished the game in about an hour.
This game?
Yeah.
Well, that's not too bad then.
I think it could be finished a lot faster.
Yeah, I mean, speedruns generally a lot more optimized than long plays. I would say, in general.
I would hope.
I love the basketball firestorm. That's my favorite.
Right?
It really reminds me of like Barkley's Shut Up and Jam Gaiden.
It doesn't do anything useful in the game, but it looks so cool.
Gaiden. Why do I keep saying that wrong? I know. It's all because of stupid YouTube.
I grew up saying it wrong, and so it's kind of hard to break the habit.
No, it's all YouTube, okay? Blame YouTube, blame Glad Jonas or whatever his name is. Yeah, it's his fault.
I blame Koal.
That's fair.
Okay, we are coming the home stretch. We have just about 30 seconds left.
30 seconds, and then we can get rid of these monkeys on screen. And I'm not talking about the players. Talk about the game, the Dunk Kong.
By the way, you're not obviously going to see anybody beating this game, but when you do beat the game, the final screen is a black screen with the like a million monkeys just floating around, just your character all over the place.
Well,
Them dribbling and shooting.
oh man,
Pretty awesome.
I wish we would have seen that, but you know what? As we say, it is time. That's right. The game is over. You can all be freed from the monkey action. Oh wait, no. We're still going to be having more stream today. But that is it for this Ku5ogrande match. As it turns out, Lady Rex was the winner today. Oh my gosh, she did amazing. And it looks like she's actually ready to chat already. Hello there, Lady Rex.
Oh boy, that was an interesting game.
Uh-oh. Oh, why so?
I'll be honest, when we were told what the game was, I was expecting a lot worse. And that game was actually surprisingly fun, except for the boss fight. I really don't like that boss fight.
Oh,
why does this happen? Everybody thinks my games are fun.
Jeff, what's wrong with you? Giving out games that people have fun with?
I think it's expectations. I think that's what it is. I don't manage their expectations well.
Just so everybody knows, by the way, yes, Lady Rex took first, Yumi Wander takes second, Cleric third, and Chaos Defrost, or Residual Deviance, takes fourth today. I think that people in the chat right now are complaining about the wrecking balls, which I feel wrecked people more than anything else.
Those were pretty bad too, actually, now that I think about it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What did you think about the hitboxes on those wrecking balls?
Oh yeah, I think that's the main thing I don't like about the most. Like, I swear, sometimes there would be like a large amount of distance between the wrecking ball and my character, and I just suddenly end up getting hit by it anyway.
Oh yeah.
Though I also hate those electrical things in the first world. Though I think that's just because they ignored the invincibility.
Yeah, those were a bit of a pain. Like, I saw people jump over them, but it looked like the jump was kind of precise in order to actually do that.
Yeah, like, it didn't, like, I was able to make the jumps fairly easily, but at the same time, I was just paranoid whenever I was making those jumps that I was gonna just go soaring into it.
Yeah. Well, I really enjoyed watching this. Honestly, you said that you enjoyed it. Why? What was your favorite part of this?
Like, this might sound weird, but even though the game felt a little floaty, like, something about the controls, like, they were simple, but at the same time, I'm just good enough where I actually was able to get a sense of enjoyment out of it.
Heck yeah. Well,
yeah.
That is always good, that you're able to, like, despite all of the flaws, and there were a lot of flaws, despite all the flaws, you can still enjoy it. That's always makes me happy. Well, good. Anything else you want to say about the game? Or what games are you playing these days? What are you streaming these days?
I'll be honest, I haven't really streamed in a while, so back when like this challenge group called Game Sharks was going on, I've been doing a lot of challenges there, though currently their Game Sharks on break, so I haven't really been streaming that often.
Aha. Well, that's okay. Honestly, everybody needs a little bit of a break every now and then. But that's okay. I'm glad that you were able to hop on here, play some games with us, find something new that probably wasn't the most enjoyable game in the world, but hey, you know, I play a lot of questionable stuff, and even if it's bad, you can still have fun with it.
Yeah, and before I hop out, I just want to just make special mention of the title screen, because there's actually a unique animation where you actually hit the quit option.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't think we showed that off. But it's pretty cool.
It would take me a little work to get back there. So I would say go ahead and make a clip of it real quick if you can, and then share it in chat. I'm sure everybody would love to see that.
Yeah, give me a sec. Yeah, I'll need to actually get the game back open, but it'll take a moment. But I should be able to actually. Yeah, I should be able to just get back open just to show it off on my
Yeah,
screen.
cool. It would take a little while for me to get there on my stream, but we'll go ahead and let you do that. Feel free to share a clip either in the Discord or in Twitch chat. We're going to be playing some more games for a while, so I think that's about all that I have for you two. Is it Lady Rex? Is that how you say your name?
It originally, when I had made the account, it was meant to be Lady One Rex, but I had typoed it to Lade, and so Lade One Rex has kind of stuck.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not too picky about people getting it wrong, though.
I love it. Well, it's worth asking. Thank you so much, and Jeff, thank you for providing us this wonderful bootleg jank.
Oh, it is my pleasure, and I mean that.
Well, take care, both of you. I will see you later.
Have a great day.
Oh, yeah. Well, everybody, it's just about that time. We are done with Ku5ogrande matches, but we're not done with the blind races because we've got the Hay Fever blind race coming up next, 6 p.m. Eastern. It looks like the streamers are currently working on getting streaming. This is a game that I feel like it's not going to spoil anything to watch it. There is not much of a story that, well, there's a little bit of a story, but it's a fun, dorky story, you know? As long as you enjoy platformers, it's going to be a lot of fun to stick around and watch. So I'm going to run a quick ad on Twitch, and then we will be back and get to this sponsored race. See y'all in a sec.